We'll call to order the Tuat Fire District Prudential Committee meeting of September 6, 2023. Roll call. Seth Burdick.
Present.
Mark Lynch.
Here.
Fran Parks present. Charlie. I don't think.
Charlie's gone again.
No,
He's there.
He's here.
And Ray's not here yet.
Yeah. Just left him a message. He didn't call back. Charlie is here. We do the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, by the way, Ray, his phone is broken and he has to get a new one.
Okay. That's my message. Okay. Is there any public comment?
I do not see anything.
Okay. So I called Habib Associates to ask them about getting a cost assessment for updated from the one that's in their plans. Spoke with Elizabeth Lewis. They're located in Norwell. She suggested that it would be less expensive for us if we just got in touch with the cost estimator that they use. And she sent him an introduction for me. His name's Peter Bradley, and he's in Hingham, Massachusetts. And so he said that the updating cost estimates for the Habib report would be $900.
And what organization does he work for?
He's a cost estimator. It's his own. It's Peter Bradley Inc.
Okay, and he worked on the original Habib report?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, he did the original one. So,
And when, I assume you talked to Mr. Bradley?
yeah, well, we've emailed back and forth, yes.
Oh, okay. And so what would be involved in this? Does he inspect the site? Does he just
No, he already has all the information from when he did the cost estimate first time
okay.
for the report. So he'll just go back to the report and revise the cost estimates.
So it's basically an inflation exercise?
Yes, basically an inflation exercise. So, Seth, do you have any questions?
Not necessarily. I guess, do we have any idea how much the cost when it was actually executed? Probably quite a bit, right?
Yes, yeah,
More than we'd have to have, more than we'd have to have an RFP or whatever to do anything that in depth.
correct.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. $900 a steel. He'll probably put 7% on everything and
I don't know.
yeah, that sounds fine to me.
Okay. So can I have a motion to expend this $900 for the cost estimate for the school property?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Seth?
Aye.
Aye.
Fran, I'm in favor. Aye. Great, thank you. So,
Is there anything else we need to do? This certainly will be helpful, but it's kind of a mathematical exercise.
well, I think it'll be helpful. So when we have our next meeting with the public, we'll be able to give them some realistic figures for the cost of doing anything to that building.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the Habib report is very detailed. It has, I won't say flaws, but it's to turn the school back into a school, and there are some items that are not pertinent. But we can, anyone can go to the report and, kind of strike off items. I asked it only because I was reviewing the report again before I came, and I don't see anything in there in either the short, medium, or long term for replacement of the roof. unless I missed it. I looked through it 2 or 3 times, which seems
No, they did
highly
discuss,
unlikely.
they did discuss the roof. That's how I found out that the roof is 33 years old.
Okay,
They didn't say anything about replacing it, but,
okay.
you know, I can ask him to add that to the,
If it's within the scope of his, what he can do,
yeah.
that's fine.
Have there
Yeah.
been any changes in the conditions since the 2020 Habib report?
I know that's something I was thinking about too, actually.
Of
Will
the
they even
building.
be germane to the actual condition of the building at this point? I guess it's just for estimation, purposes of estimation. You know what I mean? Any new and advanced decay. of the
When I
structure.
first contacted him, I let him know about the advanced decay. So, I'm
Right.
sure he'll be taking that into account. But,
Yeah,
And that is interesting.
but
No,
my
go on.
thought
I'm
is,
sorry.
I'm sorry, Seth. My thought is that either someone goes in there and looks at it themselves and gives us a new number based on, presumably additional decay, or they just do a financial number crunching exercise, which takes the Habib numbers and increases them by inflation. Because some of the citizens are saying, no, we've been in there, it's in good shape. I mean, Fran, you and I have been in there, Seth has been in there. We don't think it's in good shape, even compared to the Habib report.
yeah,
Was there an inspection at the time of the Habib report? That
Yes, there was.
That we could have back to see if there are any major changes?
Well, yes, but that would be a whole different kettle of fish. That would be
I mean, does it seem reasonable that cost estimates that were in the Habib report would have been equivalent to tearing everything out? So you know what I mean? So if it would, in the things that we have seen that have gone further downhill, ceilings, whatever it would be, you know what I mean? Was that cost already figured in because you would have to gut the place anyway? Do you know what I mean?
No, say that again, Seth.
So can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can
my
hear you
stupid
perfectly.
phone.
I just didn't understand.
Like, so the base point from which they would have built those costs would have been a bare skeleton of a structure. Do you see what I mean by that?
No.
Like they would have imagined that they would have imagined that to upgrade it to a school, then you would have to take the whole place down to the frame and then code.
No.
Everything would have to be up to code. No, not like that.
No, they went through kind of item by item by item. We're gonna replace these toilets. We're gonna
Oh,
replace.
really?
Yeah. And arguably some of that it is not necessary, but most of it is
Right.
necessary for any kind of building the public's gonna be in, basically.
Right.
I just, this afternoon went over the strictly asbestos report that they had. And that the asbestos that's in the cellar basement, has to be gone for the building to be used. That's what's, in the dirt has to be out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
And those costs are laid out. I mean, the Habib report does contain an inflation number. It's 4%. And that applies to, stuff that they think should be done 2 to 5 years from now,
Yeah.
which basically is now. And 6 to 10 years. But now I suppose Mr. Bradley will have actual inflation numbers.
Yeah.
As opposed to those estimated inflation numbers. So for $900, I think it's worthwhile. It doesn't address the further deterioration, but at least it gives us a firmer number from an inflation perspective.
No, I think it's gonna be useful to let the public know, to give them some idea of the costs that we're talking about. Associated with doing anything to that building.
I agree. if we're finished with that topic, another brief one, Mark Boudreau has sent the town a, draft of the quitclaim deed. So everything is back in their court again. They probably should have put that together, but we thought it would be a little faster if Mark did it,
Definitely.
so,
Now it's
And
for
then-
review by the legal department. The
yeah.
quitclaim.
Now, now it goes to the legal department and we'll see what happens from there.
Ends up at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
And we'll hear about it in a few months.
Any thoughts on whether we should just proceed as if this is gonna happen soon, even if we are starting to think that maybe it won't? Meaning our schedule, in terms of when we're gonna schedule meetings, et cetera. Should we wait for the deal to be done or should we pursue? I say we pursue.
No, I think we can keep on, discussing it,
Yeah, I mean, it's for all intents and purposes is complete. It's just bureaucratic. In my,
Yeah.
at this point, my opinion.
I agree from everything we've seen. It's just a matter of getting the lawyers to do their stuff. I don't
Did
have
we
any-
schedule a meeting?
No,
No,
We just outlined, we laid out our next or our steps, but didn't give them a concrete time frame.
that's right.
that's right. Just said that we wanted to have a next meeting be a Zoom meeting.
Did Mr. Bradley give you a time estimate on this?
No, I'm
Okay.
gonna ask
That's a
him.
good idea.
you
Is
know,
he sending a contract? It's just that lays that out.
Yeah. No, I just, just wanted to, get a price from him so we could approve the price and then we can get this moving.
Yeah. I assume, again, if this is just a number crunching operation, it should be pretty prompt
Yeah,
turnaround.
and he has, he has several other people working with him in his office, so,
Okay.
But I will be sure and ask him when he thinks it will be completed. So, any public comment?
I don't see any.
I'll accept the motion to close the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi,
Thank you all very much. Have a good evening.
Hi.
thank you. I'll see you all soon.
Yeah.